Hi everyone, it's Tara here with Create Life Paper Words, and I wanted to share my Week in the Life of 2016 book with you. I worked on this probably within a week and a half after doing the actual Week in the Life this year, and I had opted to go with Ali Edwards' kit, I guess. I chose the black one. And as you can see, it's super thick, and yeah, like I crammed it full. So on the outside, I did a little tag, and it says, it's just got the date, so May 9th to May 15th, 2016. And then I used one of the stamps that came in the kit, and then I just stamped Our Story, which again was another stamp that came in the kit. So when I bought this stuff for Week in the Life this year, I did the Week in Life kit, which is different for me. I guess I don't usually buy like a full kit just specifically to use for something like that. I really liked it though, and I will likely do that again next year for the Week in the Life. And then on the outside, all I did was put an R on there, So I had these little, what are they called? Acetate, I believe. And I want to say that they were in a 6x6 size. So I just cut them down, and they're my little dividers. So I've got the little rubber pieces, Real Stories Every Day, and then the chipboard, Life is Full of Adventure. And that's just the starting page. And then I did one of these grid pages, and so I just used WITL, and then I used some of my alphas just to put on the dates, a little bit of wood veneer here from Colorcast Designs, and then just, you know, bits and pieces of just cardstock. I'm thinking these were Studio Calico ones, so I kept it pretty neutral for the back side. This one is for Monday. So I should say, when I bought the kit, it came with these chipboard dividers. And I had seen on someone's blog post that they sprayed them with like color spray. So I was like, that's such a great idea. I'm going to do that. So I did. The problem is I didn't let them dry long enough because I was so excited. And so when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with the chipboards, I put them on and then decided I didn't like where they were and pulled them off, and I completely wrecked them. So that's why I don't have any of the chipboard dividers in my book, and why I had to go with these. So it came with these plastic letters for all the days of the week, and so I just attached them to my little dividers, and this one has a little horse on it. I don't know why, I just thought it was cute. Then I wanted to go with one 3x8, sort of my favorite picture of the day. So that's, and they're all set up this way. So you're going to see for each day that they've got the little plastic divider with the day on it, and then a 3x8. And then on the other side of the 3x8 is from 4 a.m. to 3 a.m. the next day, was sort of what we did by the hour. And you know, a lot of people don't have to use like the 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I did actually. So I have like 4 a.m. try to sleep, still awake. 5 a.m. sleep for a bit, 30 minutes. 6 a.m. finally able to sleep. 7 get woken up, of course. 8 breakfast. 9 Colin Rhett Emmy. You know, that kind of stuff. So, and then I absolutely loved these cards. They're nice and thick, and then they've got that beautiful, beautiful gold foil on them. And so all I did with those is I stamped the date on there, and I wanted to use one of these like sort of quick, this is what I did in, you know, morning, afternoon, evening. And then I did the story of today, and I did just a little bit of journaling about one story during the day. And on the days where I had a lot of pictures, I just did, I just attached them what are these called? Like the external pocket pages. So I just attached it and popped it out. So I also bought one of the stamp sets, which is the one with the circles on it, and I absolutely love it. I use it quite a bit. I mean, I used it throughout this album, but I've been using it quite a bit as well because they're really great sayings. And then I also had gotten the Day in the Life kit, which had the roller stamp for the times on it. So I used that quite a bit in this too. And I also got a print, yeah, I guess like a digital file, a printable, and you'll see that at the very back. But I loved working with that one. And then I have just a little bit of information. So day in the life, day one in week in the life was not a normal Monday, but it was a very normal non-work day for me and the kids. We just hung out and relaxed. There was no worry or rush to get a bunch of stuff done, and the kids got to play, which they love. So, using lots of little stamps and that kind of stuff. Using a lot of the little label stickers that she had included in the kit. And then I had my husband take a picture. He was watching the hockey games, so I put his contribution to Week in the Life. And then this is the printable that I got. So this is the printable that I got, and what I did is I matched the colors for each day to, as best I could, to the day card from Allie Edwards, and I printed it out. So I believe this one is by Brandy. And yeah, so I printed it out and on colored, and then it was really fun. I had just gotten my little Polaroid zip printer, so if I could actually print something out from a picture of what I heard, Rhett was watching Dino Trucks on Netflix, then I did that. Yeah. So, on to Tuesday. Again, same idea. This picture is from when I helped out at my daughter's school in the concession. And again, doing the hours. And then I decided to do a 2 on here for day 2, and I just stamped that with my stamps. When doing these kinds of projects, so like Week in the Life or Day in the Life, I really like to keep consistency on how I set everything up. So like you'll see, of course, with each day, I've got that little divider card, and then I've got the 3x8, and then I've got the day card down here, and then I put my pictures in. And my pictures are very photo heavy this year. I didn't do a lot of extras, so I really didn't do a lot of extra cards or filler cards or that kind of stuff. And then this one was one of our stories about how Aubrey and Rhett, after school, they get to go to the mail by themselves, and they get to go get the stuff. So, and then sleep time, and then again Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I thought this was fun. The first one is what I wore, and I think I wore a stripy shirt. So I found a cardstock, a designer paper that had stripes in it, and I cut that out to put on there. So I thought that was sort of fun. And then yeah, this is always the last page in that. So here's Wednesday, and this sticks out a bit just because the W is very big. And then Emmy and I, again, our normal one. Day 3. I was working that day, so I didn't have a bunch of pictures throughout the day, but Our day home lady is amazing, and she does Project Life as well. And she knew that I was working on Week in the Life this week, so she took pictures for me, which was the absolute sweetest thing. It was so nice to get the pictures throughout the day, just for having like a normal work day, but it was great when it came time to putting Wednesday together. So then I have a little bit of some journaling on this hidden journaling card. So all I did when I stuck the two photos together was I just glued around the sides so that I could create my own little pocket. And then this is just a story about how the kids love they love being outside. And then this is also quite fun. But this is my text conversation with Anna, our day home lady. And how it says, thanks for taking pictures for Week in the Life for me. And she said, I thought you might like a couple from their day. So I just really appreciated that. So even if you do work, that's sort of one of my little, like one of my little tips is, even if you do work, you can still get pictures from your kids' day in other places. Like if they're at a friend's house, you can always get their friend's mom to ask them to take a picture. Or I know my husband, when I tell him, it's Week in the Life or it's Day in the Life, he's usually good for a few pictures if he knows that I need them. So just because, you might be working or something, don't feel that you only have to have pictures, or you can't participate because you're working. There are definitely other ways around that. As you can see, I took 2 pictures from when I was working. And then the rest are from either what the kids did, or actually after, because we hung out outside after I was done work and that kind of stuff. So, and then I took a selfie so that, I could see, what I looked like, because sometimes we forget to include ourselves in there. So again, my Wednesdays, I just printed in mini what this picture is right there for what I was wearing. I really loved this one. So Brandy did a gratitude, and for my gratitude for today, I put a picture of me working, and I really wanted to be grateful, or I am grateful, I should say. I really wanted to remember that I'm grateful that I have a job that is so flexible for me and my kids and my family life. So I really like that gratitude one. And then this is a fun one. What worked? Emmy had a nap at Anna's and went to bed awesome. In May, we were still struggling very much with her sleeping. So, it's sometimes nice, especially now, to look back on those things when Emmy was not sleeping well and it was affecting everyone else's sleep. And then to look back now, and because now she is sleeping good, and to be like, oh, like, I'm just so grateful she's sleeping well now. So I loved this photo for Thursday. Aubrey was showing her dad how she could stretch, and Colin decided that he was going to try it too. He is not the most flexible person, so that's why I laugh at that. Day 4, I decided to make a little shaker pocket. And as you can see, all my days are color-coded, so that was really fun to do. Emmy has decided she's got the stairs mastered now. So that was a fun moment when we were constantly, watching at the stairs. I made homemade chicken noodle soup. And that's what I do a lot of times, because you've probably seen that I've got some pictures outside of any pockets. The reason for that is they're pretty much the 4x6, what is that, portrait? Yes. And so you can't, at least I don't know of any page protectors where you can get that size in a page protector in the 6x8. So anything that I had taken in that and didn't want to, trim down to a 3x4, I just put in here. And I like it because I like the different sizes, and I like all the different shapes that I'm putting into the album. And then Thursdays, Thursdays, I recorded my jewelry that I wore. Friday, picture of Emmy. I tried to make sure that I got a picture of each of the kids in my 3x8 one. It's the 5th day. I put Friday because it's Friday, and Friday is my favorite day. And I finally got to use this gorgeous wood veneer from Colorcast Designs. It says, "It's the freaking weekend." I've been waiting for the perfect thing to use that for, and I was so excited that I was finally able to use it on this. That day, my mother-in-law took the older two for the morning. Oh no, sorry, she took she took my middle one. The oldest one was at school. She took the middle one for the morning, and he got to play with his cousin, so that was fun. She took a couple pictures for me, and Emmy and I went grocery shopping. And Em loves the whiteboard at my in-laws' house, which is super cute because all the kids love that little whiteboard. And my husband sent me another picture, and his was seating. They were still seating at that point in time. I always love to take from where I stand picture at some point. And then we went and picked my oldest up and went back to Grandma's, and she loved it because she always loved to stay there, you know. And then this is actually one of my favorite pictures that I have taken in this whole book. And the reason for that is this is exactly what our evenings were like lately. The big two kids would go to bed and then I would get Emmy down, but she has been really watching what the other two are doing lately, and so she decided, she got herself up on the little stool and she grabbed their toothbrushes, and she decided she was going to try and brush her teeth just like her big brother and sister. So yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures just because it tells the story of our life, which is what, you know, this whole project is about. For this one for Friday, it's the little label from my Starbucks cup that I got. So I saved that, and yeah. Saturday, we're almost done learning the monkey bars. I loved this color, so I did some ombre inking on my wood veneer for that one. We decided, I had sort of missed Mother's Day. I was really sick on Mother's Day the week before, so it was my Mother's Day do-over. I had my daughter take a picture of me, and then she took one of her sister right beside her. In the morning, I always like to include one getting ready picture, so I did that on the Saturday. And then this is sort of fun. We went out for brunch, so I just did a little bit of journaling and stamping around each of the dishes. And that's something that I've gotten from Kelly Perky. I love how she does that on her food pictures. Just doing a couple little, what are these? Candid pictures, I guess. There we go. Some candid pictures. And yeah, just about our whole park and how Rhett had a really big day. He learned how to buckle his seatbelt, and he's also able to go across the monkey bars for the first time ever. So, you know, those kinds of things are really important to remember. And we had done, we went to the car wash. The kids love the car wash, so I took a picture of that. And then we went and got groceries, and as we were walking by the bikes, this is one of my favorite stories, Emmy started freaking out, and it took me about 20 minutes to get her back in the cart because she was having fun riding the little trikes at Walmart. So again, my Saturday sort of in review. Sunday, the last day. Trampoline, we spent the day outside, the kids and I. I did not take a ton of pictures because we really only just spent the day outside. It was pretty much repetitive at that point. And then this one I did a gray one. And then all my extra little tiny pictures that I didn't really have a spot for without the book, or that I loved, I'd cut up and used on this grid card again. And again, I have the WItL, and then I use this beautiful, beautiful acrylic from Colorcast Designs, Week in Review. And yeah, and then the same thing on the back. So thank you so much for joining me as you watched me flip through my Week in the Life 2016 album. I absolutely love this project from Ali Edwards because I love just that snapshot of our week. You know, that we don't normally get when we are in the middle of documenting through like scrapbooking or even our oh goodness, I'm having trouble putting this back in, or our pocket page or project life layouts, whatever you want to call them. There we go. So it's just, yeah, it's such a different perspective, especially when you include your husband and your kids. I have a feeling that for the next year, so like 2017, my daughter will be 8 at that point, and she's already starting to give me a couple pictures if I ask her to take them. But I have a feeling that next year where I'm gonna have a completely new perspective from her as well, and I think that's gonna be really fun. So I always really look forward to this project, and I absolutely love participating in it. So again, thank you for joining me. You can always find me at Create Life Paper Words on Instagram and right here on YouTube. And I also have a blog that I will link below if you want to take a look at that and at the other galleries that I've got. So thank you so much for joining me. Bye.